Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of Going Medieval. Last episode we left off with our villagers doing the basic, just building this simple storage room and getting some supplies into the storage room. So today, on this video, we're gonna take care of this building, and then we're gonna start our farming. We're gonna start a little bit of research, and we're gonna start to build our cellar. That's gonna be important because once summer hits, the high temperatures will start to creep in, and we need a place where we could store our food and our seeds and all that stuff. So stick around for this episode 2 of Going Medieval. Okay, so this guy here, he's our builder. If you remember, this guy has in jobs he'll construct. He has that as his priority. He'll mine, he'll smith, and he'll do some carpentry. So right now he's building this basic storage room. Now to go up and down the levels, you have to hit page up or page down respectively, so you could get to whatever level you want to see. So right now we're at ground level right here. If you go up, you could see the walls. If you go up a little bit higher, you could see the roof. So that guy is doing our building. We have this other guy over here. He is our cook. So right now we need this fireplace, this campfire, to get built, so we could get some food running. And then we have this villager here. She is our smart person. Remember, we have like this very smart person who will be our researcher and our doctor. We still don't have the research table yet, so right now she's doing some hauling. She'll get some stuff in here. So we already have our 3 beds over here. Now these beds have to be under a roof because if it starts raining, you can't sleep on these beds. So we need to take care of that pretty quick. So one thing you want to look into is, unfortunately, there's not a way where you could automate the priority of the jobs. Like this guy, we know he constructs first before he does anything else, but there's no way to tell him to do multiple jobs like in an order. We could have him do one specific job that we needed like urgently. So if we, let's say we want to build this campfire like before anything else gets built, we click on him, and then we right click on the campfire and we do construct. So he'll immediately go get the materials he needs for the campfire and go construct. But once he does that, he'll go back into his automatic mode, and he'll start doing whatever he feels he wants to do. So he'll do this campfire, and then he'll do whatever else he wants. We can't, like, let's say we want this ceiling to be built before anything else. We could click on him and then click like right here, right click here, and if I click construct, he'll only build this little square, and then he'll start doing whatever else he wants. There's not a way. Probably remember, this is version 0.19. We're still in early access. Probably when in the future updates we'll get like a way to have him just build all this ceiling first before he does anything else. But right now you could only have him do one specific thing you want. So we're gonna leave him to do whatever he wants to do, because we already have the research table. Now, how research works, we have once this table was built, this research tab is available. So we have a whole technology tree here. that goes all the way to a level 3 or 4. So what we want to do first is we want to research architecture. Architecture is gonna give us the ability to build beams. Beams are important because if you remember, in this basic building we had to put like a little wall in here so we could have a building ceiling. So what a beam does is you could put it from wall to wall, and you don't need like a middle wall here, and that will give you stability to whatever you're building on top. So that's the first part. That's the first technology you have to research. Now, how it works is to be able to research this technology, you're gonna need 15 of these chronicles. So on this simple research table, you have to order chronicles to be researched or to be written. Right now, if you remember, we have our, let me pause the game a little bit. We have our smart villager, our researcher, and she has number 1 priority to research, but she's still hauling. If you could see here, she's not researching. That's because I haven't ordered her to write anything. So you have to click the table, and then you have to order a production, and then it tells you have three different settings. You have amount, forever, and until you have. So amount, you're gonna be able to put here whatever amount of chronicles you want written. So for our first technology, architecture, we need 15. We need 15 chronicles. So you could go ahead and just hit 15, and then automatically this villager, she's gonna go and research. She's gonna go and write those chronicles. Right now it's 17 hours, so she's still in working schedule. So once I hit play, she'll finish whatever she's doing, and then she'll start researching. She'll start writing. So let me hit play so we could go ahead and see that. And then once we have those 15 chronicles, then we'll be able to research architecture. You could also hit forever, and what that's gonna do is she'll write chronicles all her work schedule. She won't do anything else until we tell her to do anything different. So if you could see here, she's starting to write chronicles, and she'll be doing that until we have 15. Or like there's some resources that like food, for example, or meals. When you cook them, you have whatever amount you cook available, but once a villager uses that resource, then of course you have less of that resource in your inventory. So until you have is the option, so you could keep on doing whatever you order to do until you have that amount. So right now we have, if you could see here, there's a little book that's a chronicle. So she'll keep on doing that until she does 15 of them. So that's what's going on right now. They're researching. She's writing that for our research. He's still building, and our other villager is cutting. If you could see here, he's cutting some trees so we could have wood. And it's already 19 hours. So according to our schedule, at 19 hours, our villagers are free to do whatever they want. So if they're hungry, they're gonna go eat. If they want to go pray, they're gonna go pray. If they want to go play something, they'll go play something. And or if there's nothing else to do, they'll keep on working until it's 22 hours and it's time to sleep. So let me see. We have our cook. Where's the cooking? So Sigmund, he's our cook. He has number 1 priority, but again, he's still cutting because we haven't ordered him to do anything. So once we order him to do something here on the campfire, he'll stop cutting, and then he'll do some meals. Now to do a meal, we're gonna need, so let's say we want a meal here. So you could edit whatever ingredients you want your villager to use for the meals. So let's say you want him to just use cabbages. So you'll clear all and you'll just check cabbages. For now, we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it all. So if you see here, he brought in some wood to get some fire, and then he'll go pick up some cabbages. He picked up some cabbages, and then he'll start cooking. So he'll start cooking that meal. He'll only cook one, but we need at least 3, so we could have one meal for each villager. So we have one meal here. Now our meal here, just outside, sitting on the floor, will decompose in 7 days. So we need to get, if you see here, we had, if you remember in our first video, we had a little area here where we could stock up some stuff. So that's completely full. We'll need to expand on this. So let's let me see. Well, if you click here, expand zone, you could expand a little bit here. So we have a little bit bigger area here, and we want to have an area where we could stockpile just food and perishables. So what we need right now, this meal is gonna last 7 days because it's not too hot outside. If you could see here, it's 2.7 degrees Celsius, and that means that it's gonna decay. So 1 degree Celsius, it's 0.09, and above 3 Celsius, it's 0.14. So right now we're at 2.7, 2.9. So it's in between 1 and 3. So it's gonna decay around 9.09%. So that's why it's gonna. I mean, if you see 7 days, you think it's a pretty long time, and it is, but that's because it's spring and it's 9 o'clock at night, and it's 2.7 degrees. But also we have it here on the ground, so that makes it decay 1% more faster. So we need to get this in a cellar, and we're gonna start building that cellar in just a moment. But first, let's get this inside so we could at least have it on the floor, and we could eliminate this 1% here. So we'll have our builder just get that into our stockpile. So we clicked him, and we're gonna have him prioritize to our hall. So he does whatever he was doing, he lets it go, and then he goes in, and then he brings in the meals. So now, unfortunately, he brought it into the only place where we still don't have a floor. You see, it's still in blueprint. So let's have this guy build this floor here if we can. Yep. Oh, he's already working on it. So he'll come in, he'll build this, and then this modifier is going to turn to 0 because it's going to be on the floor and not on the ground. So he went to sleep before he finished the construction. So it's already 22 hours. Our schedule says that 22 hours our cellars will go to sleep. And if you have it on game speed 1, when all of your villagers go to sleep, it'll automatically go into speed 3. So once you get used to playing the game, you're gonna want to play like almost always on speed 3. The game can be a little bit slow, but if you play on speed 3, it'll be okay, I guess. Okay, so we have a meal, we have our research going on. We still haven't finished this little room, so let's wait and finish this room before we start building our cellar. Now we still can't unlock this here because we've only done five books. So they wake up at 6 hours. 6 and 7 o'clock they could do whatever they want, and mostly they'll eat or drink or play a game or go to pray. But since we don't have anything of that for them to do, they immediately just go into work. So let them do that. This guy here, he's cutting because we don't have enough resources anymore to cook meals. So we need 24 cooking materials to cook one meal, and we only have 11 cabbages, so we can't cook meals anymore. So let me see, jobs are cooking. So since he can't cook, he'll go to his immediate next priority. So there's nothing to store or haul. He'll go in, well, there is, but he has a 3, so he has a 2 first for hunting. We don't have hunting yet. Fishing, we don't have fishing. We don't have a farm. We don't have a farm to harvest, but we do have plants to cut. So that's what he's doing. You see her she's just she's writing chronicles, and this guy's still constructing. I just want to finish this building before we start building our cellar. And let's check out our meals. So if you see here, this modifier is at 0 now, so because it's on the ground, but inside here it's 6 degrees, so we still have 7 days because the temperature went up. If the temperature were lower, we would have this meal last a little bit more. So let's hit speed 3 so we could get this room finished, and once this room is finished, we'll start building our cellar. So she's still doing books. She's about to do the 10th. We still have 5 more to go, so we could research our first technology, that's architecture. And then after architecture, what we want to do is we want to research agriculture, because that's going to help us start to build our farm. And once we build our farm, we could start getting more food. Another thing we could probably do is we have a butchering table. Now let me hit pause here. Oh, not pause, let me hit play just so we could continue doing some stuff while I explain this. So this carcass here, it'll decompose in one year if it's, I mean, decompose. It takes longer to decompose, but it'll rot in 5 days. So we need to use this so we have some more food materials. So let me build a butchering table. We're gonna build it outside. To rotate, we're gonna hit the E key, the E or the Q rotates it, and you want the arrow to be pointing inward so you could get to that. So we're gonna build that butchering table there. And let's get our constructor and let's have them build this first. Now, if you see we have a research available, that is our architecture. We have 15 books already. So we're gonna go ahead and unlock that. And then we're gonna wanna unlock agriculture. That unlocks crop fields to ensure a steady supply of food for the upcoming winter. We need 10 books for that. So we'll have her do that. And right now we had our builder come build this butchering table. Let me speed that up. And once that's built, our cook is gonna want to come in and butcher this carcass so we could have raw meat, and then he could cook some more meals. If you see here, what he's doing here, he's harvesting animal. He's getting milk from the goat, and that is animal husbandry. So he's doing that. So now let's have him come here and butcher this carcass. So we have to order the production. So we're gonna go ahead and hit that, and we're gonna hit forever. So whenever there's an animal to be butchered, our villager is gonna come in and butcher it and have raw meat. So you can see him. He went in and got it, and he's gonna come here to the butchering table, and he's gonna start butchering that. So once he does that, we're gonna have some raw meat available, and then he's gonna once we have the raw meat, then he's gonna have enough resources to continue building cooking meals. So we have we have that meal still there. So you can see here he got that that raw food. He's gonna go ahead and bring it in and stockpile it in here. And once he has that, he's gonna get something, and he's gonna go cook. So first he's gonna go get, I guess, fuel, and then so let's prioritize this. Have him cook. Okay, so we have our building is complete. So there's, if it starts raining, we could still use our beds. We're okay there. And our builder, he's stockpiling stuff because there's nothing else to build. But remember, he's also our miner. So we're gonna go ahead and start building our cellar. So you want your cellar to be close to where you're gonna have your kitchen eventually, because in the cellar you're gonna store food, you're gonna store medicine, and you're gonna store seeds. So you want it to be close to your main living area, like where you're gonna have your kitchen and where you're gonna have your farm. So don't go too crazy and build your cellar all the way over here. So eventually we're gonna want this to be like a research area. We're gonna want our kitchen to be probably right here. We're gonna probably want our farm to be somewhere around here, probably not back here, because we have some resource here where we're not gonna be able to plant stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and build our cellar. Let's go ahead and build it. Let's go here, under here. So what we want to do first is we want to start digging. Your cellar has to go at least 2 levels down underground, because underground the temperature, if you go in here, you could see the temperature is 0 degrees. But once you start building, whatever you build, it's gonna go up. It can't be 0 degrees like once you dig, but it's gonna be a lot cooler than it is outside. So we're gonna go ahead and start building. Let me see where we want it. We're gonna go ahead and start digging right there. So we want three spaces, because we're gonna want to build a ladder to go down. And once that's taken care of, we're gonna want to keep on going down. So you could see here our floor level is 5. So this is gonna bring us all the way to 4, and then we're gonna go all the way to 3. And we're gonna build our cellar at a level 3. I think a 3 is a good place. When I first started, I thought that going all the way down to level 1 was gonna help, but the only thing that happened was it took my villagers a lot longer to go in and get what they needed. So we're gonna go ahead and build it at level 3. So our guy is gonna go ahead and start digging. Let me speed this up. Meanwhile, let me see. So we're not doing anything else. Remember, we wanted to research, but because I only hit 15, she stopped doing that. So what we want to do is, until we have, so she's gonna stop building. She's gonna start writing when we have 35. So she'll do 10 more books, but 10 more books is not gonna be enough Oh, actually it is, yeah, 10. So that's good. But we're gonna want to go. Let's hit forever because research right now is pretty important. So we're gonna go ahead and hit forever, and she'll start writing those chronicles like until we tell her to do other things. So our three spaces have been dug up, and we're gonna go ahead and build a ladder. So remember, with E you rotate, and then we're gonna build in there. And when you see settlers are idle, that is bad news. You never want your settlers to be idle. So why is he idle? Because there's his number one priority is to cook. He's done that. He's cooked what we told him to. We still have some raw meat, so we're gonna want to cook some more. But because we don't have production set up for him, he stopped doing anything. He's just hanging around. He's chilling. So you never want that. So let's go ahead forever also. So when there's resources available, he'll cook. So if now that it's forever, once I hit play, this settler is idled. That'll disappear, and he'll go ahead and start cooking. Now you don't want your food to be on the ground and outside, but we don't have a space specifically for food. So what we're gonna do is, we're starting to get crowded in here, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna assign a different area where we're just gonna be putting some food. So let's put this here, and then we're gonna clear all, and we're just gonna assign food. So we want all meals to be available, and we want raw ingredients to be available in this space here. So this space here will not be used to stockpile anything but food, whereas this area here, this is assigned to take whatever is available to stockpile. So that's why this got filled real quick. And if you see here, we still have a bunch of resources just on the ground outside because we don't have space anymore. But we'll take care of that later. So right now they're sleeping. This has been done. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go down a level, and we're gonna start digging. So we want to go 3 more. Now we won't be able to go in here because we still have these 3 here blocking our way. So we first have to first have to dig here to have some room, and then we're gonna dig here, and we want to dig. We're gonna want to dig all the way here so we could have our ladder go down here. So we actually don't need to dig here, and we only need one. We only need to dig one space here. So if you click here and you click cancel, he'll cancel that, and he'll dig there. So once that is available, he has the ability to go down here, and then he'll start digging here. We need also to dig here so we could be able to move in here and then start coming down here. So we have research available, so we're gonna go ahead and unlock agriculture. So agriculture builds a whole different level of gameplay. So we're gonna go ahead and once we hit this zone, we could see we have the ability to farm cabbages. So once you keep going in the technology tree, you'll be able to plant some more. We could plant cabbages and we could plant trees. So eventually, right now, and in this map, we have a whole bunch of trees. Let me hit this so you could see and go up levels. You could see we have a whole bunch of trees. This map is filled with trees. But eventually you're gonna want to have a farm of trees in a specific area. We're gonna probably build it here because we want to have trees available to us real close. Because if we go ahead and cut these trees like we did here, we'll have a bunch of wood, and we'll still have a bunch of trees over here available, but our settlers will have to walk all the way from the living area and walk all the way over here to start cutting trees, and that's a big waste of time. So if you have a tree farm, you could go ahead and plant trees right next to your living areas, and then you'll have trees available there to harvest closer to your living areas. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna build our farm. We're gonna start farming cabbages. Now, what you want to do, let me go ahead and go to floor level. We have right now, if you go into overview, you could see what you have available. So we're gonna go ahead and go into seeds. So we have 35 seeds available. So we're able to build a farm 35 tiles long. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and hit this cabbage field, and we're gonna go in and do, so we have 35, but now something important is that, especially with cabbages, once you harvest these cabbages, you get very little seeds, and then eventually you're gonna run out of seeds. So you're gonna have a farm area, and you're not gonna be able to do anything because you don't have seeds. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build 2 times 5. That's gonna take up 10 cabbages seeds, and then we're gonna build a different farm of 5 times 2. That's gonna take an additional 10 seeds. And because we have 35, I guess we could have this go like, let me see here. We don't want this to be together, so we're gonna shrink zone, and we're gonna take these out, and we're gonna enlarge this, and we're probably gonna make it so that our field is 20. So with these 35 seeds we have in our stockpile, they're gonna go ahead and start planting 20 of, we're gonna use 20 of those seeds, and we're gonna have it there. But we want a different cabbage seed, a different cabbage farm, and we're gonna go ahead and use 10 seeds for that. But what we, let me see, we still have this, we don't want this here. Okay, so in your farms, you have the ability to have them not sow. So if you hit this, or if you check here, they're not gonna go and plant anything, so that's gonna stay empty. You don't want that. There's also the ability to don't harvest. So once the cabbages are fully grown, they're just gonna sit there, and eventually they'll start to rot. You don't want that also. You could hit here, and what's gonna happen here is that your villagers are gonna harvest whatever is growing without it getting to the stage of ripe. And you don't want that, because if you see the menu that pops out, if you do that, you're only gonna get 3 cabbages, approximately 3 cabbages, and 0 seeds from that. And if you wait until it's ripe, you're gonna get around 9 cabbages and around 1 seed. So you're gonna always, it's by default is always on ripe, because you want to get the maximum amount of food available from your farm. So we're gonna, these 20 spaces, we're gonna have them go to ripe. But what we did over here with this little farm, we're gonna want this to go into seed. So what this is gonna do is your villager will not harvest these plants here, and instead will let them grow until they go to seeds. So what this is gonna do is this is gonna give us around 3 cabbages. We're not gonna get a lot of cabbages out of this field, but we are gonna get a lot of seeds. And you need to do that in order to have seeds to plant on this farm over here. So you always want to have a farm that gives you seeds, and you want to have a farm that gives you food. If you just go with food, you'll eventually run out of seeds, and then to get seeds later in the game, a trader will come in and he'll probably have some seeds available that we could buy from him. But in the early game, it's really hard to get seeds. So with those 35 seeds you started with, have around 20 where you could get food, and have around 10 where you could get going to seed, so you could get some seeds there. So we're gonna go ahead and hit play, and our guy here, he is going to start farming. You see here, so he went in and got some seeds, and then he's going in to farm. He's gonna start farming. So we're gonna let him to do that, and we're gonna check here on our cellar. So now if you see here, let me hit pause. You see here we have our stair coming down. We have 1 space to move in, and then we have another space where we're gonna put in another ladder, another stair. So we're gonna hit it's blocked by dirt. Okay, it's blocked by dirt because up here we have dirt here that's blocking. So we need to also dig here. So let me get this guy to dig. We want him to be, we want our cellar to be a priority. So you're gonna want your farm to be a priority. You want a space where you could sleep, and you want your cellar to be a priority. You also want your research to go on and on. So now we have research available. So we have the ability to research furniture that will get us a better bed. We'll have the ability to research fermenting that will get us a fermentating station. But we're gonna go ahead and research furniture. Let me see if there's something more important than that right now. I don't think so, because that's gonna get us a better bed, and that's gonna get us a bookshelf where we could start storing our books. So we're gonna go ahead and unlock that. So up here we have 40 chronicles, but hold on, we don't want him to waste. You see how it's idle again? So that's because he already finished his job here. So we don't want that. Let me just get him to build our stairs here, and then once he builds that, we're gonna want him to dig 1 space here, 1 space here, and then we're gonna want him to go, because we have this big hole, we're gonna probably want him to go a little deeper in. Now let's just do this here. So we want him to dig here, and yeah, let's have him do that. So he'll start doing that. Okay, so we were talking about research. So our researchers she wrote 40 chronicles, but we only have five available because we already spent 15 for architecture, and we spent 10 for agriculture, and we spent 15 for furniture. So that's why we left her on forever, because we really need to start getting this thing, this our technology tree, advancing the fastest we can, the better. So then we're gonna research tool, or we're gonna get a research table, and that's gonna give us the ability to write textbook, because some technologies will require textbooks. And then we're gonna want an advanced research table that's gonna give us the ability to write thesis. So that's why we need our research to go like really fast. Right now, this farm is already he already planted all this. He's working on that, so that's good. This guy here, he's digging down here. So once he digs there, we are going to want to dig another 3 here to get another ladder down there. And then once we're down a second, once we get down another floor, we are going to start digging our cellars. So let me click here, these 3. So once he digs there, he's gonna start digging down there. Let me hit speed 3. So yeah, so he's digging down there, so that's good. Now settlers are idle again. Why is that? Because he already finished sowing this. So what could we have him do? Let's have him harvest these tall grass. So these tall grass they're gonna give us hay. So you could cut plants. Like, let's say you really need hay for whatever reason, but this hasn't this is still in the growing phase. So if you hit cut, you're gonna get probably some hay, but you're gonna get very little. But these yellow patches of grass, these are already ready to be harvested. So what you want to do here, instead of clicking once and then going to the harvest button, what you want to do is click down here in this harvest, and then you could go ahead and click and drag, and that's gonna harvest everything that's ready to be harvested. So if you see here, that is also gonna have us harvest these mushrooms. Mushrooms are food ingredients, and it's gonna harvest these plants here that are flax. That flax is gonna give us linen, and it's gonna give us flax seeds. So eventually we're gonna want to have a farm of flax seed, a flax farm. So if we hit play again, he's not idle anymore. He's gonna go ahead and start harvesting this. Now the problem right now is that it's raining, so he's gonna go ahead and harvest this flax, but the linen that we're gonna get out of that and the seeds, let me hit pause, they're gonna decompose fairly quickly because it's out in the rain and it's on the ground. So I guess we don't have a choice right now. We're just gonna leave it there. We could probably start thinking about building a bigger building here, but what we want to do really is have our cellar. So that's our priority. So we have this here. We already have this space here. We're gonna build another case of stairs here. So right click here, and he's gonna go ahead and get some stuff there. So once these stairs are built, we're gonna start building our cellar area, and that is gonna be where we're gonna store our food and where we're gonna store our seeds. Now, if you see here in this tile underground, if you see on the top right corner where the temperature is, it says it's inside because it's under this patch of dirt. So outside our temperature is 9 degrees, but here inside and underground our temperature is 6.8, and that's why you have to build and go down, go underground to build your cellar, because underground temperatures are a lot cooler. So we're gonna have our builder guy. He already built the stairs there. He's gonna go ahead and dig right here. If you see here, up here our temperature is 6.6. Down here where the stairs are, it's 6.6, 6.3, 6.2. The temperature is gonna keep on going down, and once we start building inside of the inside underground, our temperatures will keep on going down and down. So that's built, and if you can see there, our temperature is 6 degrees. So now we are at level 2. So that is, I think, a good place to start building our cellar. So we're gonna go ahead and dig a little pathway here. You don't want to build a very huge pathway. 1 tile is enough, because the bigger hole you have, the more warm temperature is going to be able to go in. So eventually we're going to want even to close this off with the floor, because we want this to be completely sealed off. So that's why I'm going to have them go in a couple of blocks in. So we're pretty far away from our main entrance that's up here, so weather won't be as easily, warm weather won't be so easily going into our cellar. Right now, because we just built it, it's 6.6 degrees, but we want to go in and once we start getting in, and once we put in a door is going to be very important, because the door has a thermal insulation value, so that's going to help us get our temperatures lower. So we're going to go ahead and build a door there. If you see here now, it's already in 6 degrees, when out here it's 6.7. So this is going to start going lower and lower once we start once we build this door. So let me see what else is going out here. We've been harvesting. We have some hay here, we have some seeds here. We can we actually could build, we already start building a flax field, so let's do that. We don't want an area that gives us flax seed, because I'll show you why in a minute. So let's start building this here. Let's build it right here. No, let's build it here. So we're gonna build 20 flax. So with flax, you don't have the ability to go the option to go into seed, because flax automatically gives you linen, and it automatically gives you seed. So you don't need that. You're gonna have it in ripe. So that's good. And linen is gonna be very, very important. I would advise to have a really large flax field, because linen is gonna be very important, and it's gonna be something you could use in your village, but something also that you're going to be able to trade, and that's going to be important. So actually we're going to double that. So we're going to expand zone, and we're going to double our flax field. Right now we don't have enough, but once once we start harvesting some wild flax, we'll have enough here. So let's check our cellar down here. So in here you can see the temperature is 5.6. That's good. So because the door is already built. So let's go ahead and build let me see, we're gonna want to build 3 this way and 3 this way. And this is the beginning of our cellar. This is where we are eventually going to store our food and our medicine and our seeds. This temperature will keep on going down once we seal off this over here. We're gonna want to seal that off. And yeah, so that's our cellar. Let me see if we have some research available. Now when you research and you have some new things that you could build, a little icon here will show up, and that means we could build these beams. So we're gonna use that right now in our cellar. We also have the ability to build better beds. We could go ahead and build a bed here, so we could, well, we're not going to do that in this video because we want our cellar to be built. If we start building beds, our builder will want to go in and build the beds, and we want him to finish our cellar. So let me hit speed 3, so this could start getting done. And if you see here, our temperature is right now around 5.7. And when you dig, the temperature is a little bit higher, but it's gonna start getting cooler and cooler once time goes on. So right now, if you see right now, we're at 4.9. That's very good. And what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want him to dig here, and then we're gonna want to build a beam because we don't want a cave-in. If we don't build a beam, eventually all the ground that's up here will start giving us problems, and we'll have cave-ins. So we don't want that. So once these spaces are dug out, we're gonna want to build a beam, so we have we have a good structure here, and we will prevent cave-ins. So right now everybody's sleeping. You could see them there. They're sleeping on these very poor sleeping conditions. Hey, sleeping pot. If you go ahead and click your cellar and you go into mood, you see what they like. Like initial optimism is because we just started the game. Nice meal is because we have these meals that are built, and but they slept in a very uncomfortable bed, and they're uncomfortable. So that's why we need to start building better conditions for them. But that will be in our third video. We're almost done with this one. I just want to show you how we're gonna assign this area down here to be our cellar. So we're gonna go ahead and start getting ready to build our beam here. That's it, and we're ready. So right now it's a 5.1 degrees down here. That's pretty good. Remember, we're in spring, so outside it's a 15 degrees. In summer it will get around 25, 26 degrees. So we don't want that for our food. So now that we have this area here, we're gonna want to build a stockpile, and we're gonna go ahead and click and drag, and we're gonna clear all, because we don't want our villagers to go and bring everything down here. We just want them to go ahead and bring food, and we want them to bring seeds. So right now this area here is just for food and just for seeds. That's what that's what goes to waste faster. So because we have this area here that gets food, we're gonna want to clear this, and then we're gonna want to do an urgent haul. Well, this guy is already taking food. They're already taking because we don't want food anymore here. So they're gonna go ahead and go down to our cellar, and they're gonna go ahead and put it in there. So now our meal is in a cool space, but remember, we also need to build a floor, because that's gonna if you see up here, let me see if we still have meals, like right here. So this meal here is gonna decompose in 7 days, and this meal here is gonna decompose in 6 days. Even though it's in our cellar and it's at a 4.8 degrees, and up here we're at 11 degrees, it's decomposing faster because right here our food is on the ground. There's no floor there, so we want to build a floor here as soon as possible. And let me get our construction guy to do that, especially here. No, we don't want them to consume the food. It's a little bit hard. You click here and then you want to go. No, I think he's gonna already. Oh, he's hungry, so he is gonna go and consume the meal. So anyway, you want to build the floor as soon as possible. That way, with the temperature of 5.1 and a floor, our food is going to take a lot longer to decompose. Okay, so that's going to be that's going to be the end of this third video. Our next video, we're going to keep on researching some technologies. We have some stuff available here. We're going to continue building our cellar, because eventually what we want to do is we're going to want to research I think this preserving food, this will give us a shelf, and a shelf will help us take things off the floor, and it's gonna have our food and seeds decompose a lot longer. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions of anything we've done so far, go ahead and put them in the comment sections, and be sure to subscribe and hit the like button on this video if you're enjoying this content, and we'll see you in the next video of Going Medieval.